here's Barack Obama. He's going to get $400,000 for. Why did he do it? That's exactly why he did it. Why? Because they're the people who fund his goddamn party. They think that nothing matters in politics except raising campaign cash. That's how you win. Even though Hillary outspent Donald Trump 2-1 and lost, that's just how the gears work. You have to. If you say I want to run as a Democrat, the Democratic establishment will come to you, and the first question they ask you is, "Where are you going to get your money from?" How are you going to raise $100,000? When you raise $100,000, call us. We'll come talk to you then. That's all they don't care about your positions. They don't even care if you're pro-abortion. They don't care if you're as long as you can raise money, they'll work with you. But if you can't raise money from big dollar donors, they don't want anything to do with you. And Barack Obama, in this day and age, realizes how bad his party is bruised from him. After 8 years of Barack Obama, they're wiped out from coast to coast. And this motherfucker cares so little about his own party and his own country that he knows the optics of this is gonna be shit, and he's fucking doing it anyway. He's doing it anyway. When Hillary Clinton was gonna lose Wisconsin and Michigan, he was out pushing the TPP anyway. Because guess what comes before party? Guess what comes before Americans? Guess what comes before workers? Fucking donors come before them, cash. And Barack Obama cares about cash as much as anybody else.
And you know what?
He is fucking corrupt to his bones. Nobody hurt black Americans more than Barack fucking Obama. Nobody sold them out more than him. That is a fucking fact. Let me just read this. So this is from that New Yorker article about Barack taking the 400 grand. It says, leaders who sincerely care about the fate of the progressive center as a nationally and globally viable political movement need to push back against this perception by behaving with a higher degree of personal integrity than their rivals, not by accepting the logic that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'll just say this is not a perception. He's talking about the perception that the Democrats are in bed with the corporate. It's not a perception. That is it. That's why Donald Trump is president. That's why Hillary Clinton became the nominee. It wasn't because people wanted her. It's because they are in bed with corporations, and their strategy was to turn their back on workers in the rural areas in Pennsylvania, and they're going to pick up a white-collar Republican, 2 or 3 in the suburbs, and you can repeat that in Michigan and Ohio and Illinois, and that was their strategy. So it's not a perception. This is who they are. They are now, that party was hijacked in the 90s by Bill Clinton, and now they're a corporatist party, and that's why there's no reason for the Democratic Party to exist, which is why they're wiped out from coast to coast. That's why. He makes a great point. He says, but still, Obama does not even need this freaking game. And both his party and his ideological kin the world over could really use some distance from Wall Street, given that even the center-left's own technocrats now recognize that the financial industry is an overgrown parasite whose rapacious rent-seeking immiserates working people. That guy can write.
Yeah, well done.
And this follows the theme of like something else we've talked about, where this is kind of like the wolf in sheep's clothing thing, like this terrible housing policy. Well, people weren't paying attention because it's the Democrat, it's the good guy. Just like there was a Democrat when the media was deregulating and everyone was asleep. There was a Democrat when NAFTA went through, when Wall Street was deregulating. And that's something that we always have to keep an eye out for now, especially since there's still so many corporate Dems out there.
It's unbelievable when I hear anybody argue with me on Twitter about we got to back the Democratic Party because Trump is evil. I just list all these things. I'm like, really? It was Bill Clinton that put hundreds of thousands of black men in jail with the 3 strikes. You know, he defunded Glass-Steagall. Like, why am I backing these people? It's just like, don't give me this lesser of 2 evil nonsense.
And that's Jimmy's point about it turning the Democratic Party turning the corner in the 90s and essentially becoming the same party that they're running against, at least in terms of the economics of the whole thing. And Barack Obama's a great example because he is someone who could distance himself. He could find redemption. I mean, maybe not complete redemption after you hear the stories and you look at his track record. I mean, he was definitely in bed with Wall Street in this obscene way. But you know, when you hear Graham's story, you think, geez, this is just horrible. But having said that, he is someone simply because of image and charisma that could distance himself and reconstitute himself. But he. Jimmy, you pointed out, I mean, he shows no, he doesn't want to take a heartbeat. I mean, this is, he hasn't even been out of office long enough to,
Look what Jimmy Carter did. He got out of office. He was doing Habitat for Humanity while Reagan was all deregulating and big corporate. Jimmy Carter was out there building poor people's houses.
While recovering from cancer.
Right, and he could have been getting 400 grand a pop to go talk to his rich buddies, but he didn't. Right. That's what like a kind of progressive looks like.
Yes. Literally recovering from cancer, building people's houses when he's in his 80s, And Donald Trump, remember, he said, I can't stand up for 3 hours during debate. Are you kidding me? I would be exhausted. Remember when he was bitching about that?
He can go golfing at Mar-a-Lago on our tax dollar. But.
Yeah, but literally. So yeah, maybe if Barack Obama went around and, I don't know, tried cleaning lead out of people's pipes in Flint for a couple of months, maybe that would look good. Instead of going there, taking a swig and fucking leaving and leaving those people with nothing. Leaving those people with no health care and dirty water. And you did a photo op where you drank some water. What a son of a bitch. Hey, are you sick and tired of corporate Democrats? So are we. So why not become a member of the Young Turks and help us say no to corporate money? If you become a member, it helps support shows like the Aggressive Progressives who are pissed off at corporate Democrats. Go to tytnetwork.com/join. It's only $10 a month. It helps keep us independent and keep bringing you the truth.